So we are downtown, just left from Pershing Square. Have a police escort, a few of them, and in front of us are all the folks that are here for the Occupy LA Anniversary March. There's lots of different slogans here. We'll see some of them once I catch up. Here's one: we need equality for all, privilege for none. A lot of news crew out today.
But you have a history of
I have Sheila, loves the balloons. Anti-imperialista, anti-fascista, anti-capitalista.
yeah. Oh, all right. Hey, you riding? No, I Storm the building! Think about all this,
I said, what if we had no president? And what if we had a truly a democracy that was participatory instead of representative in a way where we wouldn't have to work and do all this crap that we're doing. We don't have to run around and work. We wouldn't need jobs in the same way because
Streaming, is that okay?
yeah.
Do you mean in like a hunter-gatherer?
No,
like,
no, no,
type
no.
sense?
No, everything would be the same. But everyone would be involved in the government.
Yeah, socialism, right? Where someone can go to
Actually,
college
it's not
for
even
like
socialism.
12 to 14 years to be a doctor. They study their ass off and they go out because they want to help people.
I'm in college
And-
to be a teacher.
Right. And they go for like 12 years, spend like $300,000 earning their PhD, and then they go and make $40,000 a year when a high school dropout who gets into gangs and trouble gets 2 strikes against him, now makes $40,000 a year as well, working in sanitation. So that's what you
Do you
want for
think
here in
the
United States.
universities under socialism would actually be able to charge that much for a degree?
I think universities are an excellent example of capitalism. Private universities are a business, much like anything else. But when you earn a degree from a private university, it shows dedication and it shows that you have intelligence.
But may I say something? I advocate education. I think education is one of the most important things, and I like professionals. I appreciate doctors and people that I believe, like you said, that it's mostly administrative costs. That's where all the tuition goes. Only like a fraction of it goes to the students
And the teachers.
and the teachers. And so we're creating this system of profit. I mean, I know I'm sounding very general, and this is super like theoretical, and people say, well, that's not right. Like, that'll never happen. But it's because people can't take the time to make it happen because they're so caught up in the work cycle. That's my opinion.
When I got out of high school, I applied for a university. I got accepted to the university. They gave me grants, subsidized loans, and unsubsidized loans. These loans I don't have to pay back for up to 5 years after I graduate and get a job. These loans took care of my housing, my food, and all of the above. Okay? It wasn't because I was white, because I applied on a piece of paper. It wasn't because I was from a rich family, because I'm from a poor family. It was because during high school I worked very hard to get good grades, right? And because I studied very hard for my SATs. That was why I got into a good university.
And what did you go to university for?
I went to Dallas Baptist University and studied international trade, and I'm just shy of graduation.
And what are your prospects for job? Do you feel confident that you can get a job in the job market right now? with your
I think
degree?
I think the job market right now, you have to earn, you have to make your own opportunity. And I've written a business plan that was approved by Jan Perry herself to start a business here in Los Angeles. And when I get the capital to do so, I will do so.
What about people that don't want to go in debt to debt, that don't want to take out loans?
Then they had better work very, very hard and go to college.
What if they do go to college?
If they do go to college and graduate, it will show a lot of their
I-
character.
But they have to take out loans to go to college.
Yeah, I will be $40,000 in debt. I have excellent grades. I had academic scholarships prior to that. I did get a grant, but I will still be $40,000 in debt, and I will only make $40,000 a year. And I will be put into a system where we're actually teaching children to be robots.
Yeah.
With-
Well, and actually, the
with all
fact
the tests,
that
and that's why I can understand you think the way you do, because you've been trained and accepted to think that way.
But with a
And I
teaching
feel
with a
sorry
teaching
for
degree,
you.
you can use that for social working and a lot of other things more than just becoming a teacher.
I
You can become a
understand,
private
yeah.
teacher, a private tutor, and you can more capitalize and go into an industry that makes a lot more money than a basic teacher.
Have you read Keynes or Marx? No?
No.
and actually, government loans and subsidies are a product of socialism.
Keynes
Not necessarily, because when you pay those back, you pay them back with interest.
Keynes wrote a book which our system is built on. And if you really, and it's not communist, it's not socialist. Keynes actually describes the market economy very thoroughly in a very what you might call objective way, even though objectivity doesn't really exist. But at the same time, if you read that book, you'll understand how this cycle works in a way that the cycle goes around and around, and it doesn't really do anything for anyone except for a capital gets amassed by a certain amount of people, even if those people are well-meaning, like yourself, even if they're capital attracts itself, and then all of that money is taken from other people, and we end up with a system where it's all about money instead of conversations like I'm having with you guys right now.
Not necessarily. I can see how you could say it's all about money, but take Katrina, for example. George W. Bush's office went on television 3 years before Katrina happened and told everyone, hey, look, if you guys don't get out of there, these levees are going to fail and you're all going to die. He offered government grants, offered government stipends to nonprofit organizations to go in and help them move out, and all of the above. But because 1/6 of those people moved out, or because 5/6 of those people stayed, those people died.
But they could have fixed the levees and put a bunch of people to work.
They could not have fixed the levees. The levees were disintegrating. They would have to replace the levees, not fix them.
Okay, replace.
They could have replaced the levees.
That's putting
That is-
people to work to do community work. Why do we have to leave one of the most beautiful places that
Have you
has
been to
so
New
much
Orleans?
history?
Have you been to New Orleans? I've been to New Orleans.
It's beautiful.
I have
The
a
Ninth
friend who
Ward
lives
is awful.
there.
The Ninth Ward is pretty devastated
why-
after Katrina. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see it beforehand.
I did see it before.
But the thing is that many of those people, they were on land that had been passed down to them for generations, and there's a sentimental attachment. You know, it's hard to just uproot someone, even if there's a grant to be able to do it.
Right, but can I say something?
Yeah.
I took a bus ride to my brother's school in South Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina. We passed through New Orleans pre-Katrina. They told us when we got off the bus, we take a break, they told us not to stray away from the bus station because people were getting kidnapped and held for ransom. Crime in New Orleans was so very high before Katrina hit, it was unreal. I mean, it was really bad. And it wasn't African Americans, it was Hispanic people.
But you have to understand, why are these people living in slums? Because capital attracts itself. Capital is drawn to capital. So
Capital
those people are
generates
not
capital.
those people in the, and I don't even like to refer to them as those people because they are people like all of us who deserve the same schooling that you do, but they are unable. I mean, you can't. Grants and scholarships are very competitive.
My
and
cousin lives in Louisiana. She makes less than $22,000 a year. Because she makes that less, her children get a special opportunity, a special grant that allow them to go to a charter school in opposed to a public school because they live in such a bad area.
But the
But
charter
what about
schools are
everyone
taking-
else
Yeah,
within
what about
that
everyone
area?
else? Those charter schools and the voucher system actually they give a few people a chance, like, oh, pat ourselves on the back. We gave a few people a chance, so we should feel good. When instead we could be giving everyone a chance. And if we changed our education system to be more like loving and caring and less competitive, we wouldn't feel this like hole that
More
we have.
collectivist and competitive.
Theoretically, your hypothesis is sound. You know what I mean? We're products of our environment. But let's say a child is born, his father runs out on him, his mother is a drug addict, and in turn he is a drug addict. Or let's say I am born, my father runs out on me, my mother's addicted to cocaine. I understand now the dangers of drugs and alcohol, and I understand that I will never run out on my son, and I will create something of myself because of what I saw at a young age. Products of an environment are excuses. Because my parents were drug addicts. My father ran out on me. I had nothing when I got here.
I understand, and I think
That's the truth.
I believe you, and I think you're a hard worker, and you're very honest, and that what you're doing is great. I just think you've been
I'm not
misguided.
standing up for anything other than if you want to make a change, vote for it. Go to college, become a politician. If you want to make a real change, actually do something. Don't stand around and claim that you're being mistreated and bullshit. Because that's just what it is. It's bullshit. It's what it is. It's bullshit. The first time occupiers tried to do that, the local government came out to them and said, "Look, we'll give you some land. You can grow your own fucking fruits. Do whatever you want on this land." You know what I mean?
Well, unfortunately, that land was taken from a neighborhood, and it wasn't theirs to give.
Okay, I didn't know that, but what I did know was that 3 people overdosed on heroin in that camp. I did know that there were reports of rape and violence in that camp.
And that happens everywhere in society. It's a microcosm and the macrocosm, and these are the problems that we're trying to address.
Yeah, but you can address society on the whole and say that this problem or that problem or this problem or that problem is something we can change immediately.
Oh,
You
no.
can address
That's
society
just
on
gonna
the
take a
whole and make
long
them
time.
aware of the steps they can actually take to change the issues, because this is not going to change it. This just
This is just making people aware of it. Yeah.
please.
You know what I'm saying? There's only 2 sides to the coin, like they keep telling you. Feel me? It's only 2 kinds of the coin. There's motherfuckers that want to stir up something anyway. Feel me? Get it cracking. A ride jump off, motherfucker. You know? Feel me? There's got to be some motherfuckers like that, though. Feel me? Or whatever you want to say. Feel me? But it still goes back to the real, what it is. Feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is.
What you got so far?
Me,
Yeah, but
me, I'm you know, I'm for peace.
From where?
I'm with peace. I'm for peace. Coast
For
and roof.
peace.
That's what you need to get with coast and roof, world peace. Because if it ain't peace, then what is it? It's the other side of the coin. It's that thing, that beast. Feel me?
Beast.
sometimes when someone
addiction.
stirs something up, it makes other people think though.
You're getting the breath. You're getting the breath of this. Feel me? It's something go. Something flips over.
See you up there.
Is it your purse?
Yeah. And on the other side, there's some smoothie recipes.
Oh,
Together. A friend of mine is working with another friend to put those online, so free information
I had my
for healthy smoothies.
iTalk in my bag and I didn't get it out.
Set up to confuse Americans.
Yeah, this is you streaming on RxHarpe. You stream, so sometimes, and if actually I'm going to take a break real quick and we're going to catch up with everybody. So I'll see you guys in a moment.